From forgotten to phenomenon. Coach Prime's Colorado Revolution through the eyes of NFL star Jimmy Horn Jr. In the heart of Boulder, Colorado, a storm was brewing. One that would rewrite the history of a dormant college football program and shake the very foundations of the sport. In a few short years, the Colorado Buffaloes went from the shadows of irrelevance to the bright lights of national attention. All because of one man, Deion Coach Prime Sanders. But beneath the viral clips, celebrity appearances, and high-profile recruits lies a human story of transformation, mentorship, and second chances. A story best told through the voice of NFL wide receiver Jimmy Horn Jr., a former Colorado standout who found more than a coach in Deion Sanders. He found family. The Prime Effect, from Boulder's forgotten corners to college football's center stage. In 2023, when Deion Sanders arrived in Boulder, it wasn't just another coaching hire. It was a seismic shift that rattled the traditional dynamics of college football. For years, Colorado football was a program nobody wanted to talk about, scraping the bottom of the standings with 1 to 11 seasons, suffering a revolving door of coaching changes, and playing in half-empty stadiums that echoed with defeat. That all changed when Sanders stepped foot on campus. Overnight, Boulder became the epicenter of college football buzz. ESPN trucks rolled into town, NFL legends popped in and out of practice, celebrities made sideline cameos, and the Buffs suddenly became the most talked about underdog in America. All you see is Colorado on TV, Colorado on social media, all eyes on Colorado, said Darian Hagan, the quarterback who led Colorado to its national championship in 1990. The town was no longer an afterthought. With Coach Prime, it was must-watch television. A season of highs, lows, and undeniable change. The transformation wasn't instant perfection. It was visible progress. Colorado's first season under Sanders wasn't championship glory. It was a roller coaster. The team finished 4-8, but those 4 wins felt more impactful than most 10-win seasons at other programs. The Buffs went from being the sport's forgotten squad to one of its most polarizing and exciting attractions. Coach Prime made no apologies. As he famously stated, "This is the worst we're going to be. You better get me right now." It was a clear warning. The ceiling for Colorado football had been permanently raised. Sanders didn't just rebuild a football team, he reignited a culture. His blueprint wasn't just X's and O's. It was character, discipline, and swagger. The Colorado locker room became a boot camp for life lessons, and the players didn't just leave with stats, they left as transformed men. The personal journey of Jimmy Horn Jr., from adversity to NFL stardom. For Jimmy Horn Jr., the arrival of Deion Sanders marked a turning point not just in his football career but in his life. Horn was a star wide receiver, but off the field he was battling demons. His father, who had been his biggest supporter throughout his young career, was arrested for drug-related offenses at a pivotal time in Jimmy's life. The void was immense, the pain immeasurable. Coach Prime did what few coaches would. He didn't just offer a pat on the back, he became family. I say playing for Coach Prime, he's running the program more like a boy-to-man type of deal. Horn shared during a recent appearance on the Carolina Panthers podcast. You're going to come in there a certain way, you're going to come out a certain way. But Jimmy emphasized, at the end of the day, he still wants you to be the same person that you came in as, but he's just going to add on to certain characteristics you need in life. Horn wasn't just talking about football skills. Coach Prime stood beside him during the darkest moments, including senior day when Sanders personally walked alongside Horn, honoring his journey and sacrifices. That's more than coaching, it's fatherhood. Behind the smiles, Sanders' battle with health and unwavering commitment. In June, Boulder fell silent as Sanders was forced to step away from the campus for health reasons. Concerns mounted, recruiting visits continued, players trained, but the figure who had transformed the program was absent. However, true to his character, Coach Prime never left. FaceTime calls replaced locker room speeches, and personalized video messages substituted for in-person handshakes. By mid-July, recruiting was back in full swing. Prime's shadow loomed large, even from a distance. Coach Prime has always operated with an otherworldly drive, whether it was his meticulous film study as a player or his revolutionary recruiting tactics as a coach. NFL Hall of Famer Chris Carter put it best. He was way beyond his years. At Colorado, Sanders created a formula combining old-school discipline, modern charisma, and a Hollywood flair that made Boulder a magnet for top talent. Colorado, the Hollywood of college football. In the prime era, Boulder became an unlikely mecca of college football glitz. Five-star recruits who wouldn't have returned a call from Colorado now tripped over themselves to join. Famous faces from Snoop Dogg to Lil Wayne appeared on campus. Documentary crews rolled cameras, and NFL scouts flocked to practices. And on the field, the Buffs remained unpredictable, fast, and unrelenting. They weren't Alabama yet, but they were the most entertaining ticket in town, drawing record-breaking television numbers and sparking debates across sports media. For players like Jimmy Horn Jr., the experience was invaluable. When you leave with responsibility, character, and you learn how to fight life's battles, he said. The final act? Insiders predict Prime's last dance at Colorado. But even as Colorado thrives, whispers circulate about the endgame. Many insiders speculate that Boulder may be Coach Prime's final coaching destination. There's no next move to a traditional powerhouse, no NFL detour, no desire for legacy building in the usual sense. Deion himself has hinted that he's not chasing the bag anymore. The $54 million contract extension ensures generational wealth. For Sanders, the mission is personal: impact, fulfillment, and leaving a blueprint for young men like Jimmy Horn Jr. "This is my purpose, my calling," Sanders has said repeatedly. Boulder is no longer just a place to coach. It's home. The program is his child. And the players? His extended family. With his sons Shedeur and Shiloh having completed their Colorado journeys, the family narrative feels complete. The next chapter doesn't seem to lead to another sideline. It seems destined for an impactful conclusion right where it started, in Boulder. More than football, a movement bigger than wins and losses. What Coach Prime has accomplished transcends football. He's demonstrated that one man can shift culture, influence generations, and uplift communities. Colorado's resurgence is a testament to belief, hard work, and refusing to accept mediocrity. For Jimmy Horn Jr., the journey continues in the NFL, but the lessons of Colorado travel with him. He's not just a pro athlete. He's a product of Prime, a walking embodiment of transformation, resilience, and swagger. As the Buffs continue to climb, every snap, every game, and every headline serves as a reminder. Deion Sanders didn't just rebuild a program. He built men. And that might just be the most valuable championship of all. More than football, a movement bigger than wins and losses. What Coach Prime has accomplished transcends football. He's demonstrated that one man can shift culture, influence generations, and uplift communities. Colorado's resurgence is a testament to belief, hard work, and refusing to accept mediocrity.